Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, bringing you guys our week 4 matchup here for the NPA. The Minnesota Vikavolts are taking on the LA Landorus here in an epic showdown against JerryOak. If you guys are hyped for this matchup, show some love on that like button down below. Let's see if we get 1,500 likes. That'll be absolutely marvelous. Got a question of the day today. If you missed the team builder, definitely check that out. But I did drop Meteor and picked up Slime Shady Goodra, so that's going to be our newest member of the team. So let me know what your thoughts are on that. Do you think Goodra will be better than Meteor? Are you excited that I grabbed it? Gives us a second dragon, obviously, with Dragology, but I do think Goodra is going to be very, very cool to use, and I'm excited about it. Tough matchup against Jerry, though. It's always a tough matchup. I always say that, but we've got, I've actually got quite a bit of things that I think will work out in this match, so I'm excited for it. Jerry's done really well this season. I think he might be 3-0 or 2-1. We're 1-2, so definitely got to pick up the W here, but I'm going to get connected with Jerry and get things started. Let's do this. All right, guys, we are connected here with JerryOak, ready to rock and roll. Let's see what team he's going to be bringing. I do think he's going to bring the Koko, the Gliscor, the Starmie, the Cobalion. I think he might bring the Amoonguss. There's a chance we see Aggron. He's got a number of different threats that he could try to mix it up with, and he is going to bring that Aggron. He does bring the Moltres, does not bring Amoonguss, though, but we see a couple of those different threats, though. So Stealth Rocks are definitely going to be a priority to help me deal with Moltres, which otherwise could be quite annoying. Oh, he did bring Amoonguss. I'm sorry. I just, like, replaced it on the screen, but let me just make sure I get the screen updated here. Amoonguss, Moltres, which is a very strangely sized sprite. No Gliscor. Does bring AGG-Ron, though, instead. So not surprising to see that. I had a feeling there was a chance he'd bring Aggron, but that's okay. So Aggron, Cobalion, Starmie, Koko. Okay, so I think I got everything here. Let's see here. No Gliscor instead brings Moltres, and no Uxie instead brings Aggron. So that's fine. Pretty much nailed it down there. In terms of leads here, getting at my rocks would be very nice. So Necrozma has a pretty solid opportunity there to just get up rocks. It also matches up decently against Cobalion. The problem there is if he leads Aggron, that could be a bit annoying. If I try to lead and get my rocks up, which he might not do anyway. Shaman's okay, but I'm not sure I like Shaman. I mean, I like Necrozma lead just to get rocks up and force him to rapid spin. That could actually be like really good, is to force him to rapid spin. So I'm thinking that's going to be my best bet, because otherwise Necrozma is there to kind of just take some hits from a couple other things. So let's try to get those rocks up right away. Like I said, that chip damage on the Moltres, or I'm sorry, the big damage on the Moltres and the chip damage on other things will be very, very useful. Obviously, the problem here is if he leads with his Aggron, but we're going to go with that. We're going to lead Eclipse here, try to get these rocks up right off the bat. Again, Choice Banded Aggron is very, very scary. If he does not bring a Banded set, still pretty scary. I do have the Vacuum Wave on Infernape to revenge kill it, so we have a couple different options there. That Moltres, I'm surprised he brought Moltres, but mostly when I see Moltres, I think of like special attacking, so Goodra should be able to hold it down. It does have a decent attack stat too, so he's going to lead Polaris, which is going to be a Starmie, so not surprising to see the Starmie lead here. In fact, I'm actually not surprised at all. Now, obviously, I can't tox this thing, but I can go for a Stealth Rock here and just force him to try to do something else. Maybe he'll switch, maybe he'll stay in. I'm not quite sure, but I don't really think Starmie can do too much to me. Like, if he's offensive, he can, but if he's not like an offensive variant, he's really not going to do too much to me. So I'm just going to go for those Stealth Rocks on the first turn and see what he wants to do. And if that means he's going to rapid spin, that's totally fine with me. I want to see what this Starmie is going to do against me. And it's the Star versus the Eclipse, of course. And I'm okay with him switching out here. The worst case scenario here, the worst thing I think he can do to me is like a Toxic or like a Life Orb Hydro Pump. Those are like the two worst things he can do to me. And the Hydro Pump, I actually live like no problem. And after leftovers, I might be able to take 2. So it's not like a terrible situation. Again, just trying to get my rocks up here, force him to rapid spin, or you know, have him switch out and then I get my rocks up and make him have to play around it with like Moltres and stuff. So either way, I think getting at my rocks here is the right play. We'll see what this Starmie's rocking with. Could be a number of different things. I'm sure it's got rapid spin, but then what's the moveset afterwards? Is it Scald? Is it Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, T-Bolt, Psyshock? You know, he's got some move slot syndrome in there. Depending on the rest of his spread. But Starmie can be really problematic, and unfortunately I don't have coverage for it, so he may expect me to have coverage, but he's actually going over the Surf instead of the Hydro Pump, so guarantee hits. We'll see how much this does, if he's Life Orb or what kind of set this is. That does a lot of damage. That's a Life Orb Starmie, so he does kind of show that off there. I get my rocks up. We see Life Orb, so I get a lot of intel on this thing. Life Orb, and we know he's got Surf, which is pretty nice. I could easily stay in against this thing. He could have Recover. I don't know if he has Recover on a Life Orb variant. I could easily Moonlight here and just get some health back. There's not really any point to Toxicking him. The reason why there's no point to Toxicking him is because he could easily, you know, whatchamacallit. If I Toxic him, it's kind of pointless because he could easily like natural cure it off. So part of me just wants to Moonlight here and just let him Rapid Spin, because he's gonna take more damage from the from whatchamacallit. Yeah, I think I want to Moonlight. If he wants to Rapid Spin, that's totally fine. He's gonna lose Life Orb recoil, and I'll get more intel on a set, and I could kind of put us in the same situation. So let me just go for a Moonlight here, make the safe Moonlight play, and we'll see if he's gonna switch out. Most likely he just stays in and Rapid Spins, but I could also like hit him pretty hard here. So him not having Hydro Pump actually could make a big difference, because he could two-shot us with Hydro Pump, but he doesn't two-shot us otherwise. So he's gonna switch out here. So he doesn't want to stay in this engagement, and he's gonna go an extra life, which is gonna be the Amoonguss. So Amoonguss is his switch in, takes some Stealth Rocks damage there, and I just got a Moonlight off. Now I almost went for a Psychic there, but obviously didn't do that, so no big deal. Amoonguss comes in, no problemo. Now he obviously can go for Spore. He can do a couple different things. We see the Black Sludge on it, which tells me he's not Assault Vest, which is nice. Now, I think my switching to Goodra is pretty likely, like pretty obvious, but I don't really know what he would do to that. Like, he could make a prediction and go into Aggron on the Goodra, but I don't really think that makes a lot of sense. I think my switching to Goodra here just makes a ton of sense, so I'm gonna make the safe play, I think, and just go to Goodra. Because even if he goes into like Starmie, like Goodra can take on Starmie. The only situation where this is bad is if he doubles Amoonguss out into Aggron. Like that would be like, because Goodra can take anything else in his team right now. Like Goodra actually matches up really well, unless he has Psyshock, Starmie, which he could have, but because that obviously 2-hit KOs. But he could just go for a Sludge Bomb here, might go for the Spore. There's not really much Amoonguss can do to Goodra, so if I get Goodra in here for free, that could be really cool. I could also Psychic, right? I could just stay in a Psychic. I already switched though, because I don't want to be Spored. To me, it'd be really stupid to just take a Spore when I could easily switch into it. And since I know he's not Assault Vest, I know he has Spore, so let's see what he's gonna do here. Is he gonna pull a double? Is he gonna stay in? What will this Amoonguss do? He does go for the Spore. So we make the safe play there, and it was the right play, right? Like, definitely made a lot of sense to just make that switch. So now I have a tough decision to make. I think the Fire move is like very obvious. I don't really want to go for it though, because I don't really think this this thing is gonna like stay in against me. And since I know he's he probably can't do much to me. So he can't, like, all he can do is Sludge Bomb, which doesn't do anything. So I really feel like Dragon Pulse is the right play here. Because if he thinks about it, like the opportunity for me to go for an Ice type move or a Fire type move would really roast a lot of his team. So his switch in here is likely to be Starmie if I had to guess. So I really want a Dragon Pulse. I'm expecting the Starmie. So I think Dragon Pulse is the play. I'm gonna go for the Dragon. I mean, I could also Sludge Bomb predicting the Starmie. I guess that would be the other play, because then I hit the Starmie pretty hard, and I could potentially hit the Koko if he switches that in. Yeah, Sludge Bomb 50, it does like half to Starmie, so I could do like half to it, or I could Dragon Pulse and do a little bit more than half. Sludge Bomb might be the better play. I don't think he goes in a Koko here. Like, he could, but I don't really think he does. How much time do I have? 34 seconds. If I go for, how much does Sludge Bomb do to... Sludge Bomb can Oko the Koko. I think I'm gonna go for the Sludge Bomb. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Sludge Bomb just to cover my options here. He's gonna stay in, so I'll hit the Sludge Bomb on this thing and see how much it does. It does a decent chunk to him, and he's got Sludge Bomb of his own, so he's gonna hit me back with that. And assuming we don't get poisoned here, we're gonna be in good shape, and we do. So he's got the Sludge Bomb. Now obviously he can wear us down here, so I'm gonna go for the Fire Blast now. Do I want a Fire Blast or do I want an HP Ice? The Fire Blast, like, definitely is probably the better play. Because that puts him in range where, like, we definitely can knock him out in the following turn. I'm gonna go for the Fire Blast this turn, if he's gonna stay in against me and just try to wear me down. And now that I went for Sludge Bomb, it's possible he tries to go into one of his Steel types here. He's not going into, I don't think he's going into Koko now. He's not gonna go into Moltres because of the Stealth Rocks damage. And Stealth Rocks breaks the Sturdy on the Aggron, which he's probably Rockhead anyway. So I think Fire Blast here is the right play. And depending on, we miss actually, just kind of a bummer. He just goes for Sludge Bomb again. So let's hope that we don't get poisoned. Okay, we don't. So now he's seen Fire Blast. I could Ice Beam and just try to get the 2-shot on him. So I think I'm just gonna go for the Ice Beam this time. I want to Fire Blast again, but if I miss, that's gonna be really bad. Yeah, I'm gonna Fire Blast again. I'm gonna Fire Blast again. If he switches, it's fine. I'm getting like Stealth Rocks damage on stuff. Like, Starmie doesn't want to come in here and take all that damage. And like, if Like at the end of the day, like Starmie's not gonna be able to rapid spin. If he does, he loses Starmie to rapid spin in exchange for me taking a Psyshock. So I do think Fire Blast is the right play here. Fire Blast plus Ice Beam will knock him out. Even though like I obviously don't want to miss again because that would kind of stink. Definitely don't want to miss again. But his set is probably Giga Drain, Spore, Sludge Bomb, and then last move might be like Hidden Power or some variation like that. But my best play here is just to stay in with Goodra. He stays in. I hit the Fire Blast this time. This is going to do like 60 to 70%. And actually brings him all the way down to red. He goes for the Sludge Bomb. I'm really hoping I don't get poisoned this time. And we don't. So that's really good that we didn't get poisoned. Now, it's very likely that he switches out here. So I have a couple. Like, this is a really interesting play. I don't think he goes into Tapu Koko. I think Dragon Pulse is the right play. He's not going to go into Cobalion. He's probably not going into Aggron. I mean, his switch here would be Starmie to take the Fire move. Or the Sludge Bomb. I think Dragon Pulse is the right play. I think Sludge Bomb kills, though, from here, right? Yeah, Sludge Bomb definitely kills from this range. But Dragon Pulse, like, really kills. This is a tough play. It's either Dragon Pulse or Sludge Bomb. There's no reason to Fire Blast here. It's very likely that he saves this thing and switches out. So it's a matter of hitting the prediction right. Sludge Bomb should kill, though. Sludge Bomb definitely should kill. I don't want to risk it, though. I'm going to Dragon Pulse. I don't want to risk it. He does switch out. He's not going to go into Koko, though. Gajeel, what is that? That's the Aggron. So he actually does go Aggron here. And we are going to be able to get a Dragon Pulse off on it. So obviously, like, Sludge Bomb wouldn't have been the play. Dragon Pulse isn't going to do much to him, but it does actually a good chunk. So that's pretty sweet. So now I have to be very careful around this thing. Like, obviously I have a backup plan for it, but Amoonguss is sitting at like, let's say like 50% after that. Starmie's at like 90%. So I think Slime Shitty's definitely still worth keeping. I do want to calc that hit. I'm assuming he's like an offensive Aggron. I don't think he's going to be like a defensive variant. Yeah, Dragon Pulse did about right. I mean, I could stay in here. I do outspeed him and I can Fire Blast to knock him out. It's just, do I think I'm going to miss the Fire Blast? I'm going to stay in and just go for the Fire Blast. I don't think he's going to... I think I'll outspeed. I do? I missed again, dude. No, and he Rock Polishes up in my face. That's what I was worried about right there. That's what I was worried about. Rock Polish right in my face. Yikes. And I would have knocked him out, too. Okay, so this is not the worst situation in the world. I was prepared for this situation, I suppose. So, Rock Polish, Max Speed, Adam, and Aggron hits 102 times 2. That puts him at 204. And we outspeed. I'm pretty sure my Crocodile 100% outspeeds Max Speed, Jolly. I like purposefully did this. Yep, I outspeed Max Speed, Jolly, Rock Polish. So, Steve comes in here, gets the Intimidate off, and it should be able to live any hit from him. So, I'm going to go into Steve here. I can definitely take a Rock Head Smash. I actually take anything except for Superpower. If he's Superpowers here, actually I can live the Superpower too if he's Jolly. I know he's not banded now either also, so that helps. But he's probably going to... Actually, Earthquake. Okay, so he might have predicted a switch there. I'm not sure what he predicted, if he predicted anything, but I can easily take that. It does a good amount, but I take it. So, we see EQ. Now, I have to decide what I'm going to do here. Obviously, an Earthquake is the safest play, and Earthquake actually hits everything on his team except for Moltres. If he goes into Moltres, then that's okay with me. So I'm just going to go for the Earthquake here, and we'll see if he stays in with his Aggron. It's very possible he switches here, but to me, the Earthquake is worth it, because if Moltres comes in, it's taking 50% of its health from Stealth Rock at this point in time, so I'm okay with that. But Rock Polish Aggron, man, I had a feeling that this was coming. I saw it on the paper. It's very scary. He's going to stay in, and Earthquake's going to knock him out. So, Crocodile coming in, and I had just enough speed. I actually did prep this thing with enough speed to outspeed max speed plus 2 Aggron. So, the prep there coming in clutch. Crook kills Aggron with EQ. So, he knows him Scarf now. I mean, it's pretty obvious. And he could easily go into Moltres here, and then I'm stuck. But getting rid of that thing is a big deal. Especially with Amoonguss weakened. Definitely a big deal. So he could go into Amoonguss and double out. He knows him Scarf now, so he could easily go into Moltres. He's going to go into Cobalt, which is Cobalion. It takes a little bit of rocks damage. Now this is a tough call for me because I can actually just stay in here and go for a big hit on him and go for the Earthquake, which could knock him out. Doesn't look like it's going to. I'm gonna be safe though. I'm gonna go right into Eclipse here, I think, and just take whatever this thing wants to do. What do I think he's gonna do? Also, I could go into Meadow. Eclipse seems like the better play though, because now I can threaten him with Psychic, and really not a whole lot he can do against me, and I keep the pressure on against Starmie, which is nice. There's not really much he could do against me besides set up his own Stealth Rocks, which I'm not too concerned about. Obviously, Emma Frost doesn't like that, but that's okay. Meadow would also be an option. Eclipse has some usefulness still, I think, a lot of usefulness. Meadow is interesting here. Let me see what Shaman against Cobalion does. I just don't want him to set up in front of me, because then he can actually put in some work if he gets to like +2. Whereas Necrozma is going to be taking pretty much any hit from Cobalion, like much easier. That's not Cobalion, that's a Conch Elder. Yeah, I mean, he really doesn't do much to Eclipse, and I do like, I 2-shot back. So I'm gonna go into Eclipse here. I don't want to stay in and take a close combat, like that seems really dumb. So even if it is in exchange for 75% of his health, he does go for the close combat, so that's fine with me. And you're gonna see it does pretty much nothing. So now I really think he's gonna switch here, but what does he switch into? Probably Starmie maybe, or Tapu Koko. I mean, really at this point in time, there's no reason for me not to just click Psychic. So that's what I'm gonna do, because like it prevents him from setting up. It 2-shots at this range unless he's like bulky with leftovers. And like Koko doesn't come in for free. Even Starmie takes like 30% plus rocks damage, and I can keep him from getting away my rocks. So I'm just gonna go for the Psychic. I think just being on the offensive here is the right play. He's gonna switch out, and he goes into Jean Grey, which is gonna be what, his Moltres? That's fine, yeah. So he takes 50% from Stealth Rocks, and I get off a and he's pressure too. So that's good to know that he's not gonna be the other variant. And I get a Psychic off here, and that's gonna do a lot. Like it actually almost just knocks him out. Almost knocks him out. Now he could go for a really big hit against me. I don't know what that hit is gonna be. But I also can just fire off a Psychic here and try to knock him out. Like he could Fire Blast me if he's like offensive and do like a tremendous amount of damage. But I think just like knocking out this thing here is probably the smartest play. Or I can Moonblast and see what he wants to do. I mean, the only thing he could do is really Roost, which I don't really anticipate him going for. There's not really any switch-ins I want to do. I don't want to go into Goodra here. I think Goodra still has so much usefulness, and I don't want to just switch it in. I don't think he's going to have Roost. It's just a matter of, do I think he's just going to go for like a Fire Blast and try to knock me out, which I can take. I'm just going to go for the Psychic. I'm going to stay on the offensive. He's actually got a Z move. I had a feeling that I might see a Z move there, and it's going to be the flying one, the Hurricane one. Does this kill me? It does. I think it does, actually. I think he's going to knock me out. I think he's going to knock me out with the Supersonic Sky Strike. So he might be able to get rid of Necrozma here. There wasn't really a switch-in I had for it, though. I'm assuming he's max attack. Actually, you know what? He might not kill me because of Life Orb. He doesn't have Life Orb. Let's see here. This is going to be close. Oh, we live in. And I get the Psychic off and kill. So I almost Moonlighted, which would have been the right play. Necrozma kills Moltres with Psychic. And Necrozma obviously is very weakened here. But it's not out. It's not out of the account. I might be able to heal up on the Amoonguss. Might be able to take a hit from the Cobalion. So Necrozma still has some usefulness. And getting rid of that Moltres means that Crocodile can freely Earthquake now, which is very nice. Even though it doesn't do a ton to like defensive Amoonguss, it like at least eliminates the Regenerator, and then after Rocks it's pretty good. So Crook is looking good right now, having that Earthquake ability. Getting up an Aurora Veil could be insanely good at this point in time. But getting rid of Moltres is nice. Like, because now he doesn't have a ground immunity, so I can just freely EQ. Here he can go into his Amoonguss, which I think, no, he's not going to go into Amoonguss. He could go to Cobalion. He could also bring in that Koko and take some damage, which is nice, because that Stealth Rocks damage racking up could be really useful. I still have Goodra sitting in a good spot. I got Infernape who's getting ready. Infernape could be really, really clutch down the stretch here with that Vacuum Wave. And I think Ninetales getting up an Aurora Veil here is going to be really important. So he does go to Polaris, which is that Starmie. Now, is he going to Rapid Spin? I'm going to go for the Moonlight here and force him to knock me out. You want to knock me out? You can knock me out, bro. I'm going to Moonlight here and force him to knock me out. If he wants to Rapid Spin, I know I can live the hit. So he goes for the Surf. He is going to knock us out. So that's his revenge kill. So Starmie kills Necrozma with Surf. Okay. So now I got to figure out how I want to beat Starmie, because the obvious answer is, I mean, Shaman here looks really good. Shaman looks great. Going for, like, his switch in would be Amoonguss. So Shaman looks pretty good. Because I don't know how much Amoonguss is going to take. Shaman looks really good here. Amoonguss takes like 20% from Earth Power, so it's not really worth. I don't want to lock myself into that. Crook comes in pretty well here and goes for knockoff and threatens this thing out. Because he knows I'm scarfed. So Pursuit also does a good amount. Earthquake actually has a chance to kill at this range. So I think I like the Earthquake play. It looks like he's in Earthquake range here. It's just a matter of if I think that's worth it or not. Because if I don't kill him and he kills Steve, then that eliminates one of my main answers to some of his other Pokemon. I just don't want to allow him a free switch into anything. Emma Frost could be really good though. Slime Shady is also very good here. Slime Shady puts on the offensive pressure. It's my main response though to Amoonguss still. Steve coming in here. I don't think Steve is the right answer yet. Nor do I think Rafiki is. I think Emma Frost could be really good though. Coming in, it could definitely take a Surf at this. Actually, yeah, he doesn't have rocks up, so it could definitely take a Surf and I can Moonblast him down and do a lot of damage to him, or get up an Aurora Veil. Or Shaman, which could give him momentum. What does Emma Frost do for me at this point in time? Nothing really. I'm going to go into Emma Frost here. I think getting up 8 turns of Aurora Veil is going to be very valuable. I do. And if he takes 1 Life Orb hit, then Crocodile knocks him out with Earthquake. So that's really what I'm waiting for. I want to get that 1 extra Life Orb hit. And if he wants to Rapid Spit at this point in time, I'm okay with that. So I'm going to go for the Aurora Veil and get my my 8 turns of Light Screen. He does have the hidden power. Is it HP Steel? Did he just have this HP Steel, bro? He does have it, and he picks up the kill. Wow. Dude, HP Steel. Starmie kills... oh my goodness. Kills Ninetales with HP Steel. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. Wow. Okay, well at least I can Earthquake now, and Earthquake should be able to pick up the kill against this thing, which is nice. But geez, dude, I was not expecting that. Under any circumstances did I think that was going to be the play. Good prep on his part. We'll just click Earthquake here, but this should pick up the kill. And we are scarfed, and he's definitely in range at this point. Even if he has a little bit of HP investment, he's definitely in range. He switches. I could have pursued, but I think the Earthquake is worth more to me. He's got extra life, which is going to be that Amoonguss, but Amoonguss isn't taking 2 Earthquakes after Stealth Rocks plus, plus Hail. So this is fine by me. If I can get rid of Amoonguss, that helps me out. That makes my Goodra a little bit more expendable, and Crook just picks up the kill there, so that's pretty nice. So Crook kills Amoonguss with EQ. So there goes that thing. Wow, so some good prep on his part, man. Whatchamacallit, the Moltres is very impressive there. Here comes this Cobalion again. A little bit scary. He's not quite in range of Earthquake just yet. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into Meadow, which is my response to this thing now. Now that Amoonguss is gone, Meadow has a much easier time in this matchup. I can freely Leech Seed, which is nice, and start to get some recovery. If he does go for an SD, which I don't think he will, I'm expecting a close combat here. He does just go for the close combat. I should be able to take this no problem. And we do eat that up pretty well. Now he could have like X's or something like that, but I'm not really anticipating that being an issue. I can choose to Earth Power here, which is probably the best play, because it's gonna hit everything left. It hits the Cobalt, it hits the Starmie, and I'm pretty sure we live in X-Scissor at this range, so Earth Power seems to be my best play, and then I don't have to worry about missing the Seed Flare. So I'm just gonna go for, I would like to Leech Seed here, but I'm gonna Earth Power and just stay on the offensive, because we're in a situation right now where Crocodile actually can sweep, if I can, if I can get it in here again for free, assuming he's not Scarfed Koko, which doesn't seem to be very likely. And if he is, then, I obviously have Goodra still. But yeah, Earthquake looks like it, unless he's Shuka, Earthquake looks like it cleans up. So I just need to weaken this thing just a tiny bit more to clear for the Earthquake, and we should be okay. And I do still have Vacuum Wave on Infernape to help against Cobalion if needed. Very cool prep though on his Starmie, having the HP Steel to one-shot or Ninetales. I did not anticipate that under any circumstances. He's gonna switch out here. Will it be that Starmie or will it be the Tapu Koko? It is gonna be the Starmie. I don't know if Starmie's gonna want to take this hit though, considering the fact that, let's see how much this does. Looks like it comes up just shy. Earth Power just shy. He takes a little bit of damage there. He's very, very weakened. I think the Ice Beam is the likely play. I think keeping Shaman around is still important. I just don't want him to heal up on me with a recover here. I don't think he has room for recover though. I don't think he has room for recover. If he ice beams here, he could knock me out. Does he knock me out if he ice beams? It's close. 138 out of 207. Let's see here. 138 out of 207. That puts me at 66% on the dot. And Shaman takes 55 to 65 from ice beam. So I actually guarantee live the ice beam here. So if he, like, part of me wants a synthesis to get health back. What do I want to switch into? I mean, Goodra's a switch here. I don't think going into Rafiki makes sense. I think keeping that for the vacuum wave damage is important. He's not going to surf. And Rafiki's slower, so that seems like a bad idea. I need to get Steve in here, but I can't allow this thing to heal up. So I guess the question is, like, the Cobalion. Is that something I should worry about? I don't think it is. So I think I should just go... I mean, I could synthesis, but I get less health back because of the... I think I just Earth Power here and just pick up the kill, just in case. Although if he heals, then that could be annoying. I don't think he's going to recover, though. I don't think he has the room for it. I think I just synthesis. I'm going to synthesis and see what he does. He could also rapid spin. He goes for the ice beam. I should be able to live this hit. Like I said, assuming he's timid, we should live on 1. And we do live on 16. He is going to go down to Life Orb recoil, which is fine by me. So Starmie dies to Life Orb. And I know I'm going to get less back from my synthesis, but that's okay. It's something, right? So we'll get 25% back. And that could be, you know, the difference between, you know, Cobalion knock us out or anything like that. We are going to get our lefties here. So we're actually sitting at a decent amount of health. You know, we're sitting at about, you know, 30, 40%. And that could be the difference with his Cobalion. So I will take that. So basically what I need to do is I need to get Crocodile in here and we need to click Earthquake. Earthquake should be able to kill the Tapu Koko without a problem unless he's Shookaberry. That would be the only instance. Goodra in the back is nice as well. He's going to send out Sunny, so this is going to be the Tapu Koko. To me, I think I just let Shaman go down at this point. I don't really see any reason to save it. I think I'm just going to go for an Earth Power here. The only thing that I think he kills me with, maybe a Dazzling Gleam, something like that. But I'm just going to go for the Earth Power and just get as much damage off on this thing as I can, I think is the right play. And potentially break a Substitute, anything like that. If he has the Shuka. He's going to go for the Dazzling Gleam. I'm pretty sure this will kill. Actually, it doesn't, and we get an Earth Power off. So maybe Synthesis was the right play there, but we're going to get a big Earth Power off, make sure he doesn't have any crazy berries or anything like that. We get a Spadef drop, not really relevant. I don't really think that's that relevant. I guess the only issue here is if he's, like, choiced. Based on the damage, I don't think he is. He's definitely not Specs. I just don't want to lose Crocodile to something stupid, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go for the Earth Power again and just let him knock me out. He does just go for the Dazzling Gleam here. Okay, so now I have a tough decision to make here. Do I think that this thing, like, I know he's not Specs because of how much damage that did to Shaman, but is he, like, Scarfed or something? That would be really the struggle, if he's, like, Scarfed or anything like that. But really, Goodrish can take any hit at this point in time and should be able to live. Right? Like, is he Expert Belt? He already used a Z move. Yeah, under no circumstances should he be able to kill Slime Shady. So I'm gonna go to Slime Shady here. I don't think there's any way he kills me with our Assault Vest. The reason why I'm making this play is I'm making the safe play here, guys. I do not want to allow that Cobalion to come in for free against me. So I'm gonna go for the Ice Beam and just get some damage off here. I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to Sludge Bomb in case he goes Cobalion. I don't want to mess around with any of that. So I'm just gonna go for the Ice Beam here. And if he switches this thing out into Cobalion, that's totally fine, because with that, even if he's Scarf Koko for some reason, because Vacuum Wave will pick him up after Stealth Rock's damage. So a couple things there that I'm just trying to ensure that I don't throw this game away in any way. If he's like Scarf Koko, that could be really, really problematic. Like, he could be like Modest Scarf, but under no circumstances does a Dazzling Gleam kill me here. Even E-Bell does max 40%. We're very clearly sitting at like 60-something%, so yeah, about 60, 58, 62%, somewhere in there. So this Ice Beam play is very safe. And like I said, it could allow for Infernate to clean up, because we know, I mean, we don't know what the Cobalion set is either. It could be Scarf Cobalion, which could be really problematic. I'm basically just trying to make sure that I don't choke this, right? Like, that's the biggest thing here. I just don't want to take any unnecessary risks that could cost us the game at this point in time. So saving, you know, just in case something's randomly Scarfed or whatever it may be, you know, we don't want to mess with that. But Vacuum Wave does about 60 to 70% to Cobalion, so we do have to weaken it a good amount. But Stealth Rocks again, plus Ice Beam should help with that. He's got the U-turn, so we know he's not choiced in any way, which is nice. That's good to know. Which again makes life a little easier. It's just a question of, is this Cobalion choiced in any way now? Is he like Scarf Cobalion? What is he? You know, things like that. So we are going to be able to get off an Ice Beam here. Not going to probably do too much, but it'll do something. And that actually puts him into Vacuum Wave range, so that's actually really good. I think I just let Slime Shady go down here at this point in time. There's no point in getting anything else in, so I'm just going to let him go down. We're going to go for probably another Ice Beam just to pick up the damage. I think is going to make the most sense. Just go for the Ice Beam here, just pick up the damage as much as we can. I guess Dragon Pulse probably does more though, right? I just don't want him switching out. I doubt he switches out into Cobalion. Let me just double check here. Goodra versus Cobalion. You know, I know Ice Beam doesn't do much, but how much does Dragon Pulse do? I think Ice Beam's the play though. Like, close combat definitely kills me here. I do think that Ice Beam is the play. Even though Dragon Pulse does more, I think I'm just gonna Ice Beam. He does good for the close combat. This will definitely kill us. Or, oh, it did kill us. Okay, that was close. I didn't know if that was actually gonna kill. Okay. So he picks up that kill there. So, Cobalion kills, who did he kill? Oh, Goodra with close combat. And now he's got drop defenses, so unless he has, like, this should be fine. Like, we should be good. All I have to do is Vacuum Wave here. It'll pick up the kill on the Koko if he switches in. We don't have to worry about a speed tie. He's -1 defense and -1 special defense. His Vacuum Wave should kill him, no problem. So if he is Scarf Cobalion under any circumstances, we don't have to worry about that. So Infernape kills Cobalion with Vacuum Wave. And I do believe that Vacuum Wave will pick up the kill here on Tapu Koko. I think it's going to be close, but I think it'll work. Let's take a look here. I don't anticipate this thing living. It does like 15 to 20%, and he's sitting right around like 16, 17%. So I think this should kill, assuming he's not like bulk invested under any circumstances. So I'm gonna go for it. And if it doesn't kill, that's fine. We'll just, we pick up the kill with Crook at this point in the match. So it'll be the difference between a 2-0 and a 1-0 basically. So go for that big Vacuum Wave, and it picks up the kill. So Infernape with the priority there at the end. Looking clutch, man. Kills Tapu Koko with Vacuum Wave. So good game to Jerry. He played really well, man. Had some great prep there too. With the HP Steel Starmie, dude. Oh my goodness. But we were able to put on a lot of pressure with Crook. As you saw there, guys, I think it's very important to take away that, you know, I played very safe towards the end of the match. I didn't risk anything. I didn't want to take any unnecessary risks, find like a random choice Scarf user that kills Crocodile or whatever it may be. We played very smart. You know, I was able to get the early momentum there, getting up Stealth Rocks. He wasn't able to deal with that. Really cool Moltres set though with the Supersonic Sky Strike. Probably should have went for the recover there, but again, I think, I think that was before hail was up, so either way, we could have stalled that thing out and kept Necrozma around a little bit longer. Maybe that would have been a better situation for us. But at the end of the day, very happy with how we played. Goodra came in clutch, picking up some kills there. Necrozma got a kill, excuse me. Crocodile picked up 2. You know, obviously Starmie dying to its own recoil, but Infernape picking up 2 kills there with that Vacuum Wave at the end. So having that priority was very clutch. And I knew that if I could wear his team down, that could be very, very good, especially with him having a couple steel types and stuff like that. So preserved our win cons, picked up a W. We're sitting at 2-2. Our next matchup, I think is against Jodor and the Seattle Sea Kings. So that's looking to be a pretty good matchup. We're right back in things, guys. So don't let the 2-2 start scare you off. I think it was a couple seasons ago in the GBA, I went 2-2 and won the championship to start. So definitely, I'm feeling good about this team now, starting to get more comfortable with it. I think the Goodra pickup was very good. It's very bulky, and I think I can use it effectively this season. And Crocodile put in the work, man. Have a lot of fun, and that was a good match. So again, props to Jerry. Check out his channel. Let me know what you think about the Goodra pickup. Hit that like button if you're enjoying what you're seeing. And that's going to be that for me, guys. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace.